Lucha. If you're a delusional mark and you want Ray Fenix and WWE with the big man Penta, then bad news for you, because Tony Khan has fired him in a straitjacket. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling, and that's not fired him from the company, that's fired him into a straitjacket and put him up against a brick wall against his will. Well, that's what you would be led to believe if you went on social media, if you went on Twitter today and you saw the images, because Ray Fenix has strapped himself into a straitjacket and put himself up against a wall and pretended that Tony Khan's holding him hostage. Right, I get it. You know, there's a few sides to this argument. Tony Khan said he wouldn't do what WWE did, which was hold people, hostage in their contracts and not get rid of them. Right, and you know what? Actually, I don't understand about it. See, when you look at like any other sport, whether it's football's the main example, right? If WWE love Ray Phoenix that much, and considering how much pathetic hype they've put into his wee tag team buddy Penta, why not just go and buy out the contracts? Why not go and buy Ray Phoenix's contract if you love him that much? And you know what I'm dreading? See when this guy's contract eventually runs out, and by the way, Tony Khan put it in the overtime or whatever he did back in August. I am dreading the amount of hype being put into a Raw or into a SmackDown when this guy debuts. Like, seriously, like, why are we just... as JR said a couple of days ago, he doesn't understand why they're putting so much hype into Penta when in AEW, he's a dime a dozen. And it's exactly... Ray Phoenix, what's so good about Ray Phoenix? It's hypocritical for Tony because he said he wouldn't go down this route. But this is just pathetic now. Phoenix, he published a photo of himself on social media. As you can see, the straight jacket, the jacket. Now, he ended up deleting it, right? And I think this is just pathetic. See these people that, like Corey Graves and Sami Zayn and now Ray Phoenix, right? See these people that, like, post digs at the company that they're in, or they want to post about something but they're too afraid and then they end up deleting it. They're fucking cards, man. You suffer the consequences. Now, fans have tagged this with the caption, Guantanamo Bay. Now, as shite as wrestling is in 2025, that's actually a decent wee tagline, because obviously, Guantanamo Bay, Catanamo Bay. If you don't get it, then I suggest you go to school, buddy. Anyway, so this is what the Wrestle Purists spoke about the matter. They said, and I quote, they won't let him wrestle on any of the TV, they won't let him out the deal, they won't allow him to get direct merch, because they took his merchandise off the website. You can't get mad at the guy for memeing through it. He's in a super shitty spot. So obviously he can't make money through the merch. He's not allowed out of the deal. And he's not allowed on TV due to Tony Khan. And this is exactly what Tony Khan said he would. But you know what? See, Tony Khan, he didn't have a Scooby snack about how to run a company. Some people would argue he still doesn't, right? But I'm more likely to believe that 2025 Tony Khan knows how more to run a company than 2019. See when he came in 2019, and is turning around and saying like, oh, I'm not going to be like WWE, and if people want to leave, they can go. That's just not how you run a wrestling business, right? We clearly see in the past that no one really leaves their contracts early, right? You have to kind of keep them in their contracts, because then you're feeding the opposition. Now, if someone wanted to turn around and say WWE getting Ray Phoenix isn't even a splash in the water, then I would totally agree with that. Ray Phoenix is a diddy, man. Ray Phoenix is a jobber. In terms of wrestling, this guy could wear this straitjacket for the rest of his life against this brick wall and no one would even realise. But for whatever reason, some people tend to like the guy. But we're going to look at what other former wrestlers have actually said regarding the matter. So let's see here. Baron Corbin, known as Tom Pestock, that's his real name, gave his thoughts on the matter. If you sign a contract, you honour it. It would have been okay if Tony didn't pay him while he was hurt or out of action. The answer is no, because Tony signed the contract as well. You can't switch teams after getting what you want and signing the contract. End of quote. So yeah, people are greeting about this. Oh, Tony needs to let him go. This situation only hurts the talent. Well, maybe. Lucha. There's people are hyping up that Tony isn't holding his end up of the contract, but let's be honest, right? See a wrestling contract. It's not like there's going to be, oh, I must. It's not like there's going to be a box that has to be ticked. Must wrestle 33 hours of wrestling a week, or he must appear on TV. Now the top guys might have like certain exclusive things in there compared to the rest of the roster, but it was never going to get wasted on Rey Fenix. So anyway, that's where we're going to wrap this up. He's a jobber, right? There's no other two ways about it. I mean, the way this is getting hyped up, as you would think, Hollywood Hulk Hogan has wrapped himself up in a straitjacket here and could be on the verge of joining WWE, but big bastard can stop them. It's just a jobber guy. It's just another Mexican guy that Triple H is going to fire into the LWO or Legado del Fantasma, right? After a couple of months. See all these people creaming their pants about the thought of El Penta? Come back to us after WrestleMania and we'll see where he is. Alright? Alright?